Could Arsenal be lining up a move for Ansu Fati this summer? Yes, people, welcome back to another Arsenal transfer news video. As always, if you do not want to miss daily Arsenal transfer news videos, this is the place to be. You have to subscribe down below on my road to 4,000 subscribers, and importantly, hit the bell notification button so you never miss a future video on this channel. And let me know in the comment section your thoughts on Ansu Fati's potential move to Arsenal. Let's not waste any more time and get straight into the tweet brought today by AFC Transfer Daily stating this: Arsenal, one of the clubs currently monitoring Ansu Fati. Barcelona are open to offers, but players said to like to push to start for Barcelona, and the source is Mundo Deportivo, which is a Spanish journalist outlet. And this is very, very interesting because we've heard the Ansu Fati rumours before, but to be fair, it's never been concrete. And I don't believe this one necessarily determines how concrete the rumours are regarding Ansu Fati, but it is a player that Arsenal had interest in prior, and we know that at Barcelona, he's not getting the game time he desires. Now, the tweet goes on to say that Ansu Fati wants to push to start at Barcelona, and I do believe he has a quality to potentially get there. However, there's a lot of players in his way right now, and if the player wants to get consistent minutes, he probably has to move away from Barcelona. This is where Arsenal come in. Now, for me, this doesn't make sense from that aspect, because if Ansu Fati comes in, I love the player to bits, Ansu Fati, but he doesn't start for me. Saka starts at right wing and Martinelli starts at left wing, and Ansu Fati is predominantly a left winger that's right-footed. So I can't really see him getting minutes in that sense. Now you've got Trossard as well as a backup left winger. So Ansu Fati from that aspect isn't making a lot of sense from the outlet. But if you delve deeper, if you uncover some of the layers like an onion, it could make a bit of sense. Now, Ansu Fati is a player that's only 20 years old, right? Young player. In the Barcelona system already, so he's used that tiki-taka style of football. We know Arteta loves those type of wingers, like Bukayo Saka, Ansu Fati. They're similar. They're similar in the sense that their players like to get the ball to feet, they like to have a defender on their back, and they like to roll the defender and charge at opponents. Very, very similar. Now, who like Bukayo Saka is on the left wing? Because I look at Martinelli, right? And Martinelli and Saka are very different footballers. Not many people will realise this, but let me explain it. Look, Martinelli is a get-in behind footballer. He is, don't give me the ball to feet, I want to run in behind and make me chase the football. Saka, on the other hand, is someone I believe is a bit more polished. He's less athletic than Martinelli, but he's a bit more refined with his game. Saka is someone that can drop in, receive the ball, pin a defender behind him, like the Chelsea defender, pin a defender, then spin a defender and charge at opponents, be very direct in that sense. Saka is someone that can have the ball and cut inside on his left foot, but go down the line on his right foot and use both feet with equal measure. Whereas Martinelli's a bit of a one-trick pony where it's just head down, run to the byline, try and cross it in. So if you have Ansu Fati on that left wing, it means you've got someone that can do Saka's job on the left wing. Now, Ansu Fati isn't at Saka's quality right now, at least in my opinion personally, but he's someone that can get there. I do believe that he's got the build that Saka's got. He's got the same technical ability that Saka can possess. So I do believe he's someone that could mould into a Saka-type player on that left wing. And I think that's all in Arteta's plans, right? Because he wants to make a balanced team on both sides. Look, Zinchenko was the only player in that defence that could slot into midfield. Now he's brought in Timber, who can do it from right back. Meaning some games we could have Timber slot into midfield from right back, and other games Zinchenko slot into midfield from left back. Both sides in equal measure. It's not just a bit of a one-trick pony. It's not just one option suits all games. Equally, if you go into next season with Ansu Fati, Saka can be the player that drops in deep and Martinelli in behind. And equally, it can be Ansu Fati comes in deep. And you can have another player that goes in behind from right wing, whether it is Saka going in behind or another player from that sense. So it does make sense. However, the thing is, if Ansu Fati does come in, that means a lot of things need to change. This is how I would look at it personally, right? Ansu Fati comes in. For me, you either convert him to right wing as a potential backup right winger to Bukayo Saka, or you keep him there and Trossard becomes a right winger, or Martinelli becomes a right winger. And I can't see either of those things happening. The other alternative is Trossard becomes a backup striker, a backup number 9, and then either Balogun or Eddie Nketiah, if not both, get sold. I don't mind that idea. Do you guys remember last season where for a patch of games we had a front three of Martinelli, Trossard and Saka because Nketiah was injured and Jesus were out injured, and it worked. I thought those three were really good together. They were really fluid, interchanging well, and we were getting goals and getting good results. Arteta hasn't tried that since. Ever since Jesus has come back into the team, he's not really tried putting Trossard down the middle anymore. I don't know whether he thinks he's not quite ready for it. Don't know whether he thinks it's not the best use of the player. I'm not too sure, but I think that's a viable option. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Would you rather have Nketiah up front or Trossard up front? I'd rather have Trossard through the middle because that makes it fluid. That makes it a case where you can all rotate. Martinelli goes down the middle, Trossard goes left wing. Then Saka goes down the middle, Trossard goes right wing. And it all just interchanges and all very fluid. And I think that'll work to a T, exactly what Arteta wants to see. So if that's the case, then I don't mind bringing Ansu Fati in, selling Eddie Nketiah or following Balogun and having Trossard as the backup number 9. But then it still begs the question, who is going to be that backup right winger? Because if I asked you guys, would you rather see Arsenal bring in a backup left winger or right winger? Majority of Arsenal fans will say we need a backup right winger. We understand that at left wing, we're sorted. Martinelli and Trossard, two extremely good players in that position. We need a backup striking. Well, for me, we need a starting striker, a bagsman that can score you 25 goals a season. And you need a backup right winger. Another potential option could be Mikel Arteta. From Crystal Palace, we hear that he's got a release clause of 35 million, which isn't too bad. The player's still very, very young. Chelsea and Man City are very interested in the player. Could Arsenal join the race? We know Arsenal had the interest in Mikel Arteta before. Let's see if they can make further developments in that one. Let's see if they can register some kind of interest in the player. Because I think Arteta is a really good footballer, genuinely. I think he's done really well for Crystal Palace so far. I think at times he's gone a little bit missing, but he's at Crystal Palace, right? Do you get what I mean? I feel like if he goes to a top team like an Arsenal, Man City, etc., he can really see his game thrive around better players, being better coached in a system that suits more possession style and more forward-thinking, flowing football. I think that could really suit Mikel Arteta's game down to the ground. So let's see if Arsenal make a move there. Look, if we sell Eddie Nketiah and bring in Mikel Arteta, or if we sell Following Balogun and bring in Mikel Arteta, I wouldn't mind that one bit, you know, because Arteta's got a £35 million release clause, according to reports from Fabrizio Romano. Balogun or Nketiah, you could get at least 35, 40 for them, I believe, at least for each one. Then you're looking and thinking, Balogun wanted to leave anyway. Insert a sell-on clause in when you sell Balogun or a buyback clause, etc. Bring in Mikel Arteta. You brought in a backup right winger. You've got rid of Balogun, who wasn't going to play games for you really this season anyway. Didn't feature at all last season for Arsenal. He was out on loan with Rem. Did fantastic there, but didn't feature at all for Arsenal last season. So had no impact on us almost win the league last year. And we brought in a backup right winger. So that's why we have to be astute with Arsenal's business right now. The time to just blow the money is gone. We've spent our 210 million. We haven't got any more excess cash. There's no more liquidity or cash flow around this football club. Meaning we have to sell to buy. You got to do trades like the NBA. Do you get what I mean? You sell Balogun to bring in Mikel Arteta. It's got to be like that, a tit for tat type move. And if Arsenal can do that, if Edu can execute that, I think we can get some real good business done this window. Because there's a lot of time left. There's over a month left this window. There's about 3 weeks left until the Premier League season starts. I absolutely cannot wait, by the way, for the Premier League season to start. Nottingham Forest on Saturday, 12:30. I've marked my calendar already. I can't wait for that game. But yeah, I want to make sure I've got a proper squad in there by that time. Because I think the Man United game, look, we lost 2-0. I think, although there's not panic stations just yet, because it is a preseason game, it was a reality check. And I think we did need that. Because the players get ahead of themselves, the fans, look, myself included, I thought we'd wipe the floor of Man United. I thought we would be a miles better team. Wasn't the case whatsoever. If anything, Man United were unlucky to not win by 3 goals or 4 goals. I thought they were the much better team on the night. So if you're looking from that sense, we've got a lot to improve upon. Not just in terms of personnel, but in terms of the fitness and the mentality of the players. These players are acting like they won the Premier League last season, some of them. That wasn't the case one bit. You got to hit the ground running, because otherwise, what happened to Liverpool last season could happen to us. Brilliant season the year before, going to this season with our confidence high, on cloud 9, and we get shot back down to the ground, and we end up finishing out the Champions League spots. I do not want something similar to happen to Arsenal this coming season. So Arteta's got to give these boys a reality check, got to make the right moves in the summer, in what's left of the window, and hopefully get started with this Premier League season on the right foot and push forward. I've been Wi-Fi Boy. I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. If you do not want to miss daily Arsenal transfer news videos, this is the place for you. Want to make sure you subscribe down below on my road to 4,000 subscribers, and importantly, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss a future video on this channel. Drop a like down below so it gets out to more people in the algorithm, and I hope to catch you all in my next one. Take care.